Nowadays, you can buy all sorts of animals from the supermarket, and alive too. Imagine keeping one as a pet. Not a bad idea, right? From exotic animals to simple ones, you can find them all. These people decided to turn the odds away and bought these animals from the local stores and kept them as pets. Let's dive into the video and see what animals they rescued. Welcome to Animals Wild TV. Let's get started. Our friend here saved this big crab from his local Asian supermarket. If not for him, this guy would have been boiled alive and eaten up in a jiffy. Slowly take the rubber bands off. Notice how he's wearing safety gloves. Well, that's because he wouldn't want to lose a finger while trying to save his new pet. Here we are, a brand new home, where this little fella can sleep easily without the thought of dying in the morning. On the next spot of our crustacean saved from your local supermarket and kept as a pet list, we have this exotic lobster. That thing looks completely alien to me, dude. I can't imagine how people actually have a heart to eat such a beautiful, yet weird-looking creature. And in he goes into his new aquarium, hopefully with better water and good food as well. What if these guys are actual aliens and just live in the water? Now there's food for thought. Now here we have someone that decided to save these exotic fish from the local store. These fish are actually imported alive to these shores to be consumed, but this hero without a cape decided to save them. He specifically picks out the last two of these fish from their death traps and takes them home. Look at them, so happy and lifelike in that temporary home in a swimming pool. Looks like he made a few more pets and the fishes found their new will to live. A few friends decided to see if they could hatch a quail's egg that they could buy from their grocery store. Honestly, I did not even know if they sold those. The only eggs I get in my area are simple chicken eggs. So after grabbing a whole bunch of them, they buy an incubator and place them in for 21 days. There it is, everyone, a living, breathing baby quail. That thing is so cute, man. I might reconsider getting a new dog as a pet and go buy a few eggs myself. Like the guys before, this guy bought more than 300 chicken eggs to see if he can get them to hatch. Boy, this guy sure is committed to the task at hand. Just look at the size of this incubator room. After testing a few eggs, you can clearly see that these eggs are very well fertilized and will hatch in a few days. Here's a plot twist for you. What if this guy is going to start his own poultry farm with the chickens that hatch from this? Next in line, we have the eggs of a duck. Let's see what this savior of the ducks has to show us. The eggs are actually forming slowly from the inside, which means Project Baby Ducks is a go. After a period of 24 to 28 days, he gets the fruits of his labor and the eggs begin to hatch. This guy did an amazing job, and these ducks can finally see their new mommy as soon as they open their little beady eyes. Another lobster was saved when this person decided to adopt it from a supermarket where, if it was not for his interference, this lobster would have been cooked up into a pretty delicious meal. He and his wife carefully removed the bands around the claws of this beautiful sea critter and set it down into a nice aquarium. Look at him walk around in his new house. Looks like he needed that walk for sure. After keeping him for a few days, they set him off where he belongs, back into the wilderness. In this clip, this guy went shopping for some food for his crawfish, but ended up rescuing a blue crab. Now, last I heard, these species of crabs are really rare, and this guy decided to keep one as a pet. I mean, I would too, if I didn't live with my mom. After a long torturous time in the market, this guy finally gets the meal he deserves. An entire crawfish. Now he can live life to the fullest. An unusual thing for a lot of people, including me, to see on this list are turtles. How could someone eat such an adorable and likable creature? I mean, they don't even look appetizing one bit. Anyway, this guy shared the same idea and decided to give these soft-shell turtles a new life. My guy here went ahead and bought all of them, took them home, and set them free in their new house. Here's another pet lobster that this person saved from a local fish market before it could be sold off to hungry individuals. Look at the size of that thing. I bet it cost him a pretty penny. Last I remembered, lobsters can live up to 100 years. Looks like his grandchildren are going to share a pet with their grandpa. This guy saved a few exotic fish from the grocery store near where he lived. After saving them, he introduced them to the small pond behind his house and kept them as pets. Imagine the fishermen who caught these fish to begin with see these fish still alive and running. Well, swimming, in this case. The look on his face would be priceless. Like the guy before, this person also decided to see if the duck eggs he bought from his local store would hatch or not. to his surprise, they actually did. And just look at those cute little furballs running around with a second chance at life. I know ducks have feathers and not fur. It was just a figure of speech. Come on, just work with me, people. Work with me. Looks like buying and keeping fish from the store near you is becoming a trend of sorts, isn't it? And a good trend at that, I guess, because these guys followed that trend and bought a live fish and put it in the aquarium in their house as a pet. This fish looks a bit anxious, but I guess they need a little time to adjust after what they've just been through. This long-haired fellow observed the way people butchered chickens in India and decided to do his part and save one. He managed to save it, and it seems to be in a pretty dire state, doesn't it? Well, look at it now, all clean and healthy and happy as well. That rooster sure must send his blessings to the guy every day it wakes up. These little guys count too, don't they? This guy agrees with me as he went out of his way and bought a load of crawfish and brought them home to be kept as nothing more than pets. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. To this day, I don't know the difference between a crawfish and a lobster. Alright, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. Do smash that like button if this video was to your liking. Comment down below what animal would you go and rescue. For sure, I'm thinking about an octopus because that would make a pretty sick pet. Subscribe to our channel if this is the sort of video that you like to watch, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.